Hey there, friends. I'm your buddy, your pal, your bon vivant, I guess. I don't know. Kelly Zemnickis. This is episode number 105, 105, baby, of It'll Be Fine. Always the baking food chat show, social distance style. And on today's show, we are taking the beloved, the classic lasagna and merging it with apples. Apple lasagna. Why? Why not is the more important question. Why the fuck not? I got this recipe from my dear friend Ria. She put this in a little cookbook she did a while back, and I have never made apple lasagna until today. I am looking forward to this. I really, really am. I feel like this is a very 70s dish. And like in my mind's eye, someone was sitting around a fondue pot back in like 1975, and thought, you know what I need to do? I need to merge apples and lasagna. And thus, this was born. This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this. And I'm looking forward to baking today alongside the very funny and the very talented and the super cool Kacie Hackett. Kacie is coming to us from her kitchen in Washington, D.C. today. And by the way, Kacie runs a fantastic bar trivia online social gathering thing called Distantly Social Trivia. Info on them is in the show description. They're going to be our featured charity organization today. I wanted to give them a special shout out. What is happening is all the money raised from the games you play is going to small businesses. It's going to support hospitality workers. So you are having a good time and you're doing a good deed for someone else. So I think that is pretty awesome. And today, by the way, I'm doing this bake in my mother's favorite shirt of mine, dog in fancy outfit. There we go. So get ready, friends. You got me, you got this cool shirt, you got Kacie Hackett, and apple lasagna. It is clearly going to be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Except I couldn't find it, and it wasn't actually in the recipe, so I didn't search hard.
Yeah.
I almost grabbed a little mascarpone because I thought that would be like very nice, like subtly mixed in.
Oh yeah, that would be. I mean, if
Yeah.
you ever do the we'll see how this goes. But if
Yeah.
we'll see how it is. So this recipe, I pulled out from my Ria and Johan cookbook. My dear friend Ria got married, and this is what survived.
Okay.
But Ria is much happier. I'm just gonna tell
That's
you.
good. Was this the favor at the wedding? Did everyone get a
This
cookbook?
was what everyone got, which is a fucking great idea.
Yeah, it really is.
You put in all your family faves, and I don't know whose favorite this is. It might be Ria's. I'm not sure. But she says at the bottom, she's adapted this from Recipe Czar.
I saw that. Yeah. I know. I have a pasta recipe book that's like this thick and all about pasta, and they have a whole section on pasta desserts. And I've never been brave enough to try any of the pasta desserts, but we're about to.
We are about to, and we're both really big Apple fans. So at least we've got that down, which I didn't know when I suggested the recipe. So
I was so excited because a very weird thing I don't like telling people about me is I actually hate all citrus, which is an odd quirk. But if you were to suggest any sort of lemon tart or something, I would have been like, oh, can it be anything else?
you're suddenly like, I can't do the show. Okay. I'm pumped to do this. So the first thing that this recipe says is when cooked through, drain and cool your noodles. I am going to make a weird admission that I probably shouldn't to the interwebs. When I've made lasagna, I've just put the noodles in dry.
So there's two types of noodles
Am I
you can
doing
buy.
it wrong?
No, well, it depends if you're buying the wrong noodles. They say on the package you have to read the instructions. Half of them are immediately bake, and it says like ready bake noodles.
Yeah.
And then the other half, like the one I purposely went out and bought the kind that you boil, which I haven't done before, and I have them all sitting on a plate, and for all I know, they're stuck together because I also, when I make lasagna, usually just throw them in immediately.
Because when I saw this, I was like, is that why my lasagna is always terrible?
I will say I have two types of noodles because they're at the bottom of the plate, but these I think are the ready bake.
Okay.
And you're not supposed to boil them, but I boiled them anyway.
Me too. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I don't know. We will see. And the oven needs to be set at 450, a temperature I never set at. I when I see 450, I'm like, I'm doing 400. Fuck you.
I do 450 if it's like coming from frozen.
Okay. I'm just
And I want it to be crispy, like my dino chicken nuggets. I love to cook, but I also love a good dino chicken nugget that are meant for toddlers. They have a full serving of vegetables also in them. You know, like
I've had them. They are really good. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. I hear you. All right. So we need to do that thing with the noodles, and then you can either open up a can of apple pie filling or go to town and chop up some apples, which I did.
I did that too. But
Yeah.
I mixed in cinnamon and sugar because I
Ooh.
was like, well, this will just be my apple pie filling. So maybe,
What?
and also it said 7 apples.
I know.
This is an absurd amount of apples.
No, I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm going with this. I know Rhea. I can call her afterwards and be like, what the fuck?
I figure, so today is, I don't know if you saw, but today is national, or well, maybe you're in Canada. Today is National Croissant Day in the US.
What? I feel like I should know that as a French heritage person. I did not know that. Well, croissant.
So I have like the slice and, the very simple like Pillsbury croissants.
Yes.
And whatever doesn't go into this lasagna is about to go into some croissants.
Or make some applesauce.
Oh, that's true too.
Homemade apple. So we're going to take our cheese. You're going to need some sugar. I'm going with stevia for this, but use whatever you want. It actually doesn't say if you should go granulated or brown sugar. So
It's always interesting when they don't say that.
it is, because there is a difference between brown sugar and granulated. Brown sugar tends to give you more moisture. So if a recipe ever calls for granulated, try not to substitute with brown sugar. You'll throw it off. I'm just going to tell you that now. All right. What kind of sugar are you using?
I've just got granulated sugar. If that felt like the thing they were trying to tell us to do.
We're trying to read into it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Alrighty. And then we need some vanilla. For the vanilla, it's 1 teaspoon. You always want to measure this correctly because vanilla, you don't want to use too much. You'll ruin it, I think. I've never put vanilla and cheese together. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I've put sugar and cheese together like this either.
I've not done that either. I'm just putting some behind my ears because I spit. Makes you smell good. Love your kitchen, by the way. Super cute.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I was trying to get it to actually show.
I like how the teapot matches the coffee pot there. That's great.
Thank you. I tried very, very hard to have accents of teal. Oh, you'll also appreciate up here, we've got Alex Trebek cooking with us.
Aww. What is amazing? Jeez. I love that. I miss that man so much. Oh my
I
goodness.
know.
Then we've got spices. Quarter teaspoon of nutmeg. I am going with clove. Eh,
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I know. And a teaspoon of cinnamon. Because Kelly is lazy. So we'll do that.
I might not do a full quarter teaspoon. I think nutmeg has a slight dirt taste to it.
It's got a kick. I mean, it's something you want to add to like a good cider at Christmas time, you know. Nutmeg. First off, are you familiar with the Stephen Colbert Christmas special?
I don't know if I am.
It's a delight. I'm just gonna put that out there. But nutmeg, because they've got these great Christmas parody songs in the show, and John Legend comes on to do a song called Nutmeg, which is probably one of my favorite holiday songs. It's so dirty.
I'll have to look it up. Maybe I'll watch it now, even though it's well past. I still have my tree up, so I'm still allowed to watch Christmas shows, I think.
Take all of this in our bowl, and we're just going to mix it up.
So did you add your ricotta? Because it just says cheese, and I didn't know if it meant ricotta or your cream cheese.
You know what? You've got a good point. Let's add our
You think we do?
Or cream.
I was going to read ahead to see if maybe it says something about it after.
No, you're right. It
But
doesn't.
It doesn't. Okay.
I had thought maybe this was going to go like on a layer and then we put the mix, but
Yeah.
it doesn't say that.
Sounds like it's all together. It also says milligrams. We're just going to do this much.
It'll be fine. That's why
Yeah.
I know what I did.
There's no such thing as too much cheese.
There really is not. I've got a friend who is I'm going to use my hands to mix this up, by the way, as well as I can. But I've got a friend who is a cheesemonger, and I have never, ever known anyone but my friend Wendy to light up like a goddamn Christmas tree when you talk about cheese. It's amazing.
I mean, I will light up like a Christmas tree if you feed me cheese.
Yes. But no, she before she met her husband, she would send me messages like, "Oh my God, I had this date with this guy, but he's lactose intolerant."
Oh no.
So disgusting.
For a while, now I'm less picky, but for a while I would just swipe left on vegetarians because I'm like, I don't know if I'm in this place in my life where I'm willing to make those compromises. Now I am. I now am willing to make those sorts of compromises. My day job is an event planner, and people send in their dietary things. And, I try very hard to accommodate, make sure like they get all their meals, because there's nothing worse than having dietary restrictions and like being fed, lettuce.
Yes.
And then, so I made sure, like I called this restaurant, I made sure like they had like perfect meals for this guy, like, and it was good. It wasn't just like something thrown together. And then later that night, he's at the bar drinking a beer. And I'm like, thought you were keto. And he's like, yeah, not right now. I was like, are you kidding me?
Dude, oh my God. I used to work at a vegan and gluten-free bakery here in Toronto. And if I had a nickel for the number of people who would come in, tell me about their dietary restrictions and what they were doing, and then ask about the products in the case, to which I would say, none of this is anything you can eat. And then they would go, just give me 6 brownies, fuck it. I'd be a millionaire. What's wrong with you?
Now it says here the green ones won't work. I don't know if that means green lasagna noodles or green apples. I genuinely don't know.
All
The
right.
wine shop I worked at, this woman, she was so allergic to chocolate. She's like, you can't, even if you wash the spoon, if it touches the chocolate, I can't have it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I really don't think you should be eating ice cream in this store then. Like, they're all in the same case. And she's like, no, it's okay. And I'm like, I really don't think you should eat this.
Oh, why do people do this to us? Don't give us this pressure. It's not fair. It's totally not fair. I used to host at a breakfast at a brunch place here in Toronto, and I remember there was a family. The kid was allergic to eggs, and the mom was like, "No, we've eaten here before. She'll be fine." Like, we're a brunch restaurant. Like, eggs is our jam. Okay. All right. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. We're going to take our small baking pan. This gives me no measurements as to what size to use. So I've got this. I have no idea.
That feels right. I have two. We're going to see.
Yes. I like how we're winging this.
Yeah.
Rhea, if you're watching, if you do this again, if you put out another cookbook, just tell me what size pan to use. It'd be amazing. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is do a layer of apples, then noodle, then cheese. Apple, noodle, cheese. All right.
Should we spray the pan? I feel like my instincts are saying it won't hurt to spray.
That's not a bad idea. Or put a little bit of parchment at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that too. I need to rewrite this recipe. That's what needs to happen. Apples first. And I just did slices for mine. It doesn't say to like chop them finely or puree them. So I don't know.
Well, we'll find out. I chop them very finely, more finely than I usually do. Working on my knife skills to get on Top Chef over here.
Oh, totally. Oh, sure.
With my dino chicken nuggets.
Okay, if you do ever audition, can you please do dino chicken nuggets? That would be amazing. All
They've
right.
been pretty impressed if I made them from scratch.
Well, I think so. I already am. Okay. All right, layering my noodles, which of course have stuck together like super good.
Oh, this is a mess.
This is a yeah. Okay. Now the recipe does say this is a 2-layer operation, so we're going to do apple, noodle, cheese, apple, noodle. Make sure cheese is at the top. Okay, yeah, these are. Oh gosh. Just ripping noodles apart. Look what's happening.
Oh wow, yours are a lot worse. Mine are all crisscross, so at least I have something to tear from.
Oh
You're
my
just gonna
gosh.
block.
Okay. This is a pretty cool idea. Dessert lasagna. Down with that.
It is, and it does feel like it can feed a lot of people too.
Yes.
Like, could be a cool party
Yeah.
dessert. No, that noodle did not do well.
Oh goodness.
I'm gonna have to make pasta after with like the scraps that didn't make it.
You know what I haven't done in a minute? A good old macaroni art project. You know, like when you glue some down and make a face.
Well, we've got our paste right here, paste of cheese.
All right, so my
Get a nice
first
brown
layer,
color.
that's my first layer. That's how I'm looking. Then I'm gonna put some more apples on top of that and do another version. All right. I'm thinking 5 apples might be all right.
Your apples must have been smaller than mine because my bowl doesn't even look like I've taken anything out yet.
How's your trivia night going? Do you know how much money you've raised so far doing these online trivia?
Yes, I actually finally caught up on all my accounting. So we're just shy of 13,000 right now.
That's incredible. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. And is this a concept that you came up with, or did you partner up with someone to do it, or?
Yeah, it really just came up as like my friends and I used to go trivia night and lockdown was starting. So it's like, hey, how can we still hang out?
Yeah.
And then I posted it on Facebook and friends of friends wanted to play and it really just kind of grew from there.
That's so awesome.
Now my friends don't even play. Now it's just like a bunch of other people.
That's cool. That's cool that it's growing.
Yeah.
And do you have folks from all over the world or mostly from the States?
Mostly from the States. We've definitely had time zones are tough. So it's really rough on the European time zones.
Yes.
To play at 8 o'clock Eastern. We have had some people from China play, but it's early morning for them. So they're not, it's like kind of a big thing and they got a bunch of people together. They don't make it a regular thing to, wake up and play trivia at 7 in the morning. And then, people from Canada and so South America too. The time zones have hit where we've had some people from South America play.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Are you all ready, my dear?
I think so.
Okay. So this is going to have 2 bakes. The first one at 450, or like me, 400, for about 10 minutes. I'm going to do a bit longer because I'm going lower. But basically, following the recipe, 450 for 10 minutes, and then turn your oven down to 350 and bake it for about half an hour.
Okay.
All right. All right. So you don't know that I was planning this. This is exciting. This is Kelly Springs a Game on Kacie. A fun new game.
Oh boy.
Fun new game. I don't know if you found. All right. So I'm sending you something on your phone.
Oh, okay. Let me get my phone.
All right. But Kacie does not know what I've just sent her. She will in a second. Because we're both fans. So
Yes.
we are both big fans of the classic. I have a script.
That is so cool.
Both Mary Tyler Moore fans. I used to work for these 2 wonderful guys, Don Ferguson and the late Roger Abbott, and they're Canadian-like heroes. I worked on a show called Royal Canadian Air Farce. But long before they did that show, they went down and they hung out on the Mary Tyler Moore set because they thought they might write for the show one day. And when Roger passed, I got the scripts.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll play Lou, you can play Mary. And this is Kelly and Kacie reenact Mary Tyler Moore, the Mary's Insomnia episode. All right.
Oh, I remember this episode.
All right. So let me start off on the page before. Boy, I am proud of you. That took guts and determination and willpower to break that habit.
Yeah, well.
We're going to celebrate. I'm going to take you out to dinner and buy you champagne and tell the whole world about you.
I took the lousy pill.
Figured.
Mr. Grant, it's my life, and it's outside of this office, and it's private.
Mary, you want to hear about some of those other symptoms those wonderful pills can cause, Mary?
Not particularly.
Insane!
Oh, how cool.
Oh my gosh. That episode aired it was filmed on September 17th, my youngest brother's birthday, in 1976.
I think that's like right in the middle of the series. If I'm trying, if I'm
So.
pleasing. Oh, I said Siri and I turned my computer on.
I panicked. I was like, I think we're done.
Oh, yours got a lot more brown than mine did.
Ooh.
So I actually wish I kept them. No, it was on the top rack. I'm trying to remember what rack I had it on. These two look very different.
Ooh, let's see.
So this is.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one where I didn't run out of cheese. And these are the pre-cooked, the noodles you're not supposed to pre-cook, but I did anyway.
Okay.
And then this one, I ran out of cheese, so did more extra cheese. And I think the lack of spice in it made it like brown a little better.
It does look a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Alrighty. Well, I'm certainly, it's funny how like the cheddar kind of looks like tomato. Like
Yeah.
that illusion. It's a real fake out. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, it cuts easier than I expected.
It definitely does. This is more successful than any lasagna I've made. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. I did a traditional Kelly cut of a terrible cut. This is awful.
Yeah, I did a cut and plop.
Yeah. Look at this hot mess. I can't cut anything.
Yeah, mine looks very similar.
Well, bon appetit. Let's see what this tastes like. I want to get a bite of everything.
It's pretty good. Less cheesy than I expected it to be with all that cheese in there.
I like this. My brain's taking a moment to be like, what am I eating?
Yeah. I thought it would be a little more Kugel-like. But I think it's much more like apple pie than it is like Kugel.
Yeah. And obviously the noodles of lasagna, so my brain's going there. But then my brain's like, am I eating lasagna and apple pie at the same time? Like, what's happening? This is kind of cool. This is very unique. I like this.
It is. It is. Not a half bad breakfast or brunch item to bring to like a brunch. Not that we're going to people's houses for brunches right now, but
you shouldn't be if you are. It does smell really good.
It does. It smells like a mixture of apple and cheese, which you didn't know was the candle you needed in your life.
What is that company, Yankee Candle? I feel like that's something Yankee Candle.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
I would say even with the ricotta, it's not very cheesy to me at all. It's much more apple forward. Maybe because I had 10 pounds of apples, but.
I think what I would do the next time I think I would try this again. And I think what I do is like a little crumble topping.
Yeah.
I think that would just give it a little bit of a punch up.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because it's got apple pie. It's got like the bottom crust feel of the apple pie. That's like softer, not soggy, but softer.
Yeah.
And you're kind of waiting for that crunch of the top crust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I would do. I would add a bit of like a crumble to the top. Mhm.
I would think it might make it look a little prettier too. I will say this is not the most Instagrammable dish I've ever made.
That is what filters are for.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
All right. To the news. As the critic at large, a regular spot once a week. Books, movies, theater, restaurants, you name it.
Critic at large?
Well, at least let's try it one night, Lou, to see how it goes. I like the idea myself.
But why are you set on using Carl Heller?
Because he's honest, Mary. He says what he really thinks. And I prize that quality above all others.
Okay, well, in that case, would you like to know what I really think of this idea?
No. Yay!